Hi, I'm Jeff Diebel with the Laker Innovation Center. I'm the STEM Facilities Director here. I teach Intro to Engineering, Computer Coding, and Advanced Mechatronics. In computer coding, we learn about G-code. It's the language that our CNCs use to create a large variety of projects. And in Intro to Engineering, we are mostly project-based. We do anything from trebuchet building to rubber band powered cars, fan powered cars, hurricane houses, all kinds of neat projects that our junior high students love doing. So, in mechatronics, we learn about robotics, CNC machining, we make some t-shirts, we do all kinds of fun stuff with those students. We also get into PLCs in Mechatronics 3 and 4, which we'll be offering next year. We do hydraulics, which is located behind our robotics trainer. And there's many other opportunities for the students to do in mechatronics. As a teacher this year, I've really enjoyed watching the kids grow, watching them come up with awesome projects. We had one student create a putter for golfing, all kinds of neat, interesting things that they really enjoy. My favorite part is when the students actually find something that they can create, that they can use, and really have a good time with it. In the future, I'd really like to get our students out into the workforce more, see what's going on in the industry and all around the community so that they're more experienced and more ready to move on when they get done here. With COVID this year, we had to shut down our robotics program. In the future, I'd like to bring that back to the Innovation Center and make that a part of our mechatronics class since it is so integrated. Robotics is heavily focused on PLCs, mechanical fabrication. We can make parts for the robot on our CNCs. We have 3D printers where we can print parts. It's a very well-rounded program that fits very well into our course. I'm extremely proud to be a part of our Innovation Center. We're one of the few schools in the area that offer anything of this magnitude. We went and got the latest, greatest equipment across any industry. We have robotics, CNC machinery, PLCs. We really went above and beyond to make sure that everything was up to date. I'm extremely proud to be a part of that.
Hi, I'm Cameron Lackey. I teach down in the Innovation Center at Laker High School. I teach a variety of classes down here. I have a couple rotation classes with 6th and 7th graders. The 6th grader class is design and thinking class. We use a lot of Google Drawings and create different projects. And from there we get more skills and go into Adobe Illustrator, which is a very robust designing software. We utilize our laser and our vinyl printer out in the shop throughout the year. We make a few notebooks, we make keychains, we do some wood burnings of like some pictures that are really cool. There's just a lot of cool projects that the kids get to design, make, and take home at the end of the day. In my 7th grade rotation class, I teach VEX Robotics. We utilize the VEX Robotics kits. We go through their content. It works out pretty good with the kids. They seem to enjoy it, being able to build, create, and make different things. And then in high school, I have mechatronics. Mechatronics basically covers mechanical and electrical. So we have AC, DC systems, hydraulics, pneumatics. We also utilize some of the other machines in here with like the laser and the vinyl printer in that class, also 3D printers. For the 3D printers, we do a lot of Fusion 360 and model things to be able to build. And then finally at the end of the year, we end up doing a little woodworking project to get some skills in the wood shop also. Then I also teach algebra down here. Teaching down in the Innovation Center has been great. We have a very large facility, so we can accommodate a lot of different things to do down here. I'd say the biggest thing that I enjoy down here is the freedom to be flexible. We can move around from day to day and be able to utilize different pieces of equipment and not, I guess we have the space, so it can always be set up. We don't have to tear things down and set it up like you would in a science lab or something like that. We have a tremendous amount of equipment that kids can gain skills to apply to the workforce and directly relate it to hands-on applications. As we look into the future, I just really hope to gain more skills with the equipment that we have and dig deeper and get the kids engaged and having a good time doing it.
Hello, I'm Brett Metzger. I taught Geocon here at Laker High School. In Geocon, our students were able to get a hands-on process of building and how it relates to geometry. Throughout the year, we worked on a number of projects, highlighting with our balsa wood project as well as our shed build, where the students were able to create an 8x12 shed and get a true hands-on carpentry experience while learning their mathematics. As an instructor down in the Innovation Center, there's lots of great things happening down here. I got to see students doing hands-on things, not only in my class, but all the other classes. You come down here and it's like a busy little city of students set on all sorts of tasks, anything from machinery to woodworking. My students in particular, you got to see a lot of students that were quieter in the classroom really shine when they came down here. Building and getting that hands-on experience, so that was a wonderful thing. Down in the Innovation Center, I think is one of the greatest spots where you can see your students really show all their promise and all their strengths. It gives them an area where you maybe not see it in the classroom with some students, but others you really see that they are learning the concepts. They just show it a little bit differently. I look forward to seeing all the future projects that come out of the Innovation Center and all the great things that are happening both on the woodshop side of things and the machine side of things.
So I like mechatronics because of the hands-on learning we do with the robot programming. I like the laser. I like sketching wood for plaques, whether it's the walleye tournaments or for the Laker Innovation Center, whatever it is. That's what I enjoy about mechatronics. So I think students will benefit from mechatronics because of the accountability they hold in a nice center like this with all the equipment and hazardous stuff and being able to control the atmosphere. And I think the freedom they have here with all this cool stuff and being able to be trusted with everything and do their work while they're having fun. So I think as a student at Lakers, being able to see everything that we've talked about in the Innovation Center for years on end and being able to work with everything and all that is really awesome. And I think as a student, being able to use all this great equipment and all the things we have, great instructors who know what they're talking about, I think it gives Laker students a competitive edge in the workforce or whatever they plan on doing after school.
So what I've learned in mechatronics, first of all, we start off like in the classroom a little bit, and we start out doing Amatrol, it's called. And then when the time goes on, we'll start doing some Fusion 360 stuff on the computer, and we'll start designing like little models of metal shapes, I guess you could say, and then we'll be able to design them right on the computer, program them, and then use them on the CNC machine, design them out. And also, there's a little bit of the wood shop class in it. My first year, I did like a lot of like table making for all like the table stands and stuff. And so how this class can help you in the future, if you're like into big programming stuff and designing things on a computer, this would be a great class to take for like a starting, because you'll be designing stuff on the computer, designing programming shapes on the computer. Then you got like all this robot stuff you can be able to program. And then the CNC machine, there's a lot of programming, you have to remember all the codes. So one thing was all the hands-on stuff that you'll be able to do, and you can work on projects all with your buddies and stuff, and alone, of course. Also, Mr. Diebel, he kind of makes it a lot of fun to be in here, and I really enjoyed my time in here. It was only a year and a half, but wish I can have a lot more time in here.
Well, mechatronics last year was a little bit different, actually a lot different, because we didn't have the lab, we didn't have the mechatronics center, nothing was set up. We were in the library, so we had to make sawhorses, we had to, at one point I built a catapult, that was kind of fun. And then this year it's been a lot more curriculum based, so we've been more in the lab, we've been learning how to design, we've been learning how to set up the CNC machine. We've been learning how to operate, which I think is really cool. I like that probably the best. Alright, so the career I'm going into doesn't really have a background in this, but I just think it's a really good skill to know. Like, if I wanted a job in college, boom, I could go be an operator, get paid pretty good money to just basically sit there, and all you have to do is know how to use the machine, which I think is really important. And like, as someone who actually wants to go into the field, if you're not college bound, that's fine. You can go and do this and make a living off of it. Well, I've always had trouble in like a typical classroom setting. I'm not like a homework person. It's just difficult for me to find the motivation, especially like mid-year. And, you know, coming down to my senior year, like, stuff is hard to actually focus, sit down and get done. So when you have like incentive to do it because you actually enjoy it, then it just makes everything so much better. And that's what I probably like the most about it, is I just have incentive, I have motivation.